everyone! I'm back with another video today, and I'm super excited to show you that I finally have all 9 of the sleeping Eeveelution Plush from the Pokemon Center. Of course, you can see my cat Toast there as well. He's not part of the line. I just wanted to do a review today so I could kind of show you each of the plush up close and you can see them all together, and maybe that'll help you decide if there's one that you've been wanting to get, and you'll go ahead and get it. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to show you some close-ups and some of my favorite features on each of these guys. So the first one I grabbed here is Leafeon. Give you a little look at Leafeon here. One thing I wanted to say about all of these is they all have the same fabric, which is a really short, it doesn't even have any kind of pile to it. It's a short sort of terry-like fabric. I don't really know how else to describe it. Some people were saying it's not as soft as they wanted, but I still think it feels really nice, and they're nicely stuffed too, so they end up still feeling really squishy and huggable. They all have embroidered features, so their eyes, nose, and mouth are embroidered on like with stitching. Of course, we've got the sleepy eyes on each. Each has a little nose, and I like to say that it's like a boopable nose because you can push it in and it's nice and squishy. And then the mouths, some of them have this W-shaped mouth like this, some of them have a U shape, and then Umbreon has an O shape. And of course, they're all pretty big too, so they're between like I think 15 and 22 inches just from head to body, and that doesn't include ears and tails. So they're nicely sized. So now that we've kind of summarized how they're all similar, I wanted to talk about how they're all different, because I think that's one of the things that's the most exciting about this line. So Leafeon here is this really pretty creamy yellow color, and then these leaf accents are like a mint, kind of like a dark mint color. And then inside the ears, as well as the paws, are kind of just a warm brown, like a toasty brown maybe. Leafeon, of course, has these nice accents like I was mentioning, so we've got this big leaf on top. It kind of folds over, you can choose where you want to hang it. There's a little leaf on the back, one under the chest, 2 on each front leg, and then none on the back. We've also got these little spikes on the head. And of course, we've got these super long ears and tail that are leaf-like, so they have like little notches cut out, and they have like the stitching to make it look like veins. So I actually really have come to like Leafeon a lot recently. I think she's super cute. She's one of the smallest of these that I have, and probably my absolute favorite thing about Leafeon as this plush is the ears and tail. They are huge. So you can see when she's curled around like this, the ears and the tail just look super cute. They hang really big, they're really nice and floppy. And I honestly think that's probably my favorite thing about Leafeon, are just these massive ears and tail combined with these cute little leaf accents. She's just really cute. So if you're looking for flop factor when it comes to those ears and tail, I think Leafeon is probably one of the best choices among these plush. So next up, I wanted to grab Glaceon here, mainly because my cat knocked her off the couch. So Glaceon, of course, has those same features they all have. You can see the U-shaped mouth on Glaceon. Got that little nose, which is blue. And then Glaceon is this really pretty, just super pale sky blue. The ears inside are kind of a richer, like turquoise maybe, as well as the mane. And then these diamonds, as well as the feet, are even deeper, kind of like a teal color. And of course for accents, Glaceon has her mane, which has these little spikes, and it's really squishy. We've got the main pieces that hang, and they have the little diamond at the end. And then also really nice long flat ears. They're sort of diamond shaped as well. And of course the tail, very long, has the little diamond at the end. And I think again with Leafeon, some of my favorite things about her are just these little floppy pieces. Her tail is super long, it's probably almost as long as Leafeon's, and curled up is very cute. And in addition to having those nice ears, we also get these really cute little mane pieces, which just hang with the ears and with the tail. It's just, again, flop factor is super cute. Another one I would highly recommend if you like that. She's just really sweet. And if any of you have Pokemon Go, if you've evolved a Glaceon, make sure you click on her and hear what her sound is like on the game. It is the cutest sound I've heard any of them make in the game, and I love that. So Glaceon is a cutie. So we're going to go to Jolteon next. And Jolteon is actually my favorite evolution. I grew up with Generation 1 and I just have a soft spot for them. And I personally really like electric Pokemon too. So I am biased towards Jolteon, but even if I wasn't, this is a really cute plush. We've got the little W mouth and the little nose. Nice, vibrant, super bright yellow color. I really love that. We've got this little spiky collar, white collar that goes all the way around. And it is sewn on, so there's no separation there. It's flat. Little spikes on the top of the head. And there's a few by the ears too. And then of course Jolteon doesn't have a tail, so we've got these 5 spikes on the back that are stuffed. And probably one of my favorite parts about Jolteon are these ears. Again, just nice and long. There's a little spike there on there. And this black part is super soft. It's like a minky. Also, forgot to mention that the flat ears, even though they're not stuffed, they feel kind of foamy inside, like sort of bouncy feeling when you squeeze them. So they feel nice to grab as well, in addition to the rest of the plush. Like I said, I really love Jolteon personally, but I also just think this Jolteon has a ton of character. Super cute with all the spikes and extra pieces and these long ears, and of course, being unique without having that tail. I would highly recommend this Jolteon. So next we're going to go for Espeon. And this Espeon is also pretty special to me because this was my first evolution. I actually got her when I was in Tokyo at the Pokemon Mega Center. I knew they had them there and I knew I was going to get one, I just didn't know which one yet. And as soon as I picked her up, it was pretty obvious that this was the one I wanted. Part of that is because she feels really good. She feels heavy, like her ears, her body feels kind of heavy. I personally really like weighted plush because it makes them feel more realistic and nice to hold. So that's a factor about her I really like. And Espeon is this really nice pale lilac or lavender color all around. The inside of her ears are just kind of like a grayish purple, dark grayish purple. And of course we've got the red jewel on her head. And this is embroidered around and the inside is kind of, I don't know, like a felt or a fleece. These ears are also really nicely stuffed. There's only a few in this line that have stuffing in the ears. Most of them are flat. So that's really nice. And it gives her some nice, I guess we're just going a lot with the flop factor today. Nice bounciness to her ears. And they don't hang or sink, they stay up nicely. And of course she's got this little extra detail here, like this little fur. And of course we gotta mention her tail. Super long, it's very long. And it has the little fork at the end. And it is stuffed, it's just small. But again, you know, we can have that cute curl factor. And I just love their ears and tails. So Espeon's special to me too. I really love this one. Such a cute version of her. So let's grab Sylveon next. Right away she just has a super cute appearance with those colors and the bows. Just very cute. So looking at her, her fur is all white around, like a true white. And then of course the accents are this nice, I don't know, just pale pink, true pink. Inside the ears, I don't know, call this like a dark powder blue maybe. And then she's got like this kind of tealy turquoise color on the bow. But looking around her, she has this little kind of V shape in her face that just defines her face nicely. We've got the long flat ears that have a little notch in it. Little tail that also has a notch. It is stuffed, it's just one of the smaller tails, but of course still really cute when you curl. And her paws are also pink. Of course, we couldn't talk about Sylveon without talking about her bows and her ribbons. So there's one underneath her face and one on her left ear. And the ribbons do go around the back of her head and behind the ear. And then this one goes around her side. And they're sewn on in a couple of places, but loose in others so that it kind of has that flowy look. But they don't just flop around because, you know, they are sewn on. And of course with Sylveon, I just think she's so girly and sweet and cute. These bows are perfect. I love bows on anything really, so just having that one below her sleepy little face like that I think is super cute. Okay, so we're going on to Umbreon next. And right away you can tell Umbreon is super unique with this little mouth. So instead of having the W or U shape, we got this little O shape and it's red, it's bright red. And that's really cute. I think it probably helps it stand out on the dark fabric, but it's also kind of a nod to Umbreon having red eyes, I think, since their eyes are closed. I think that's really cute. If we're looking around at Umbreon, Umbreon's actually a really dark gray, so not quite true black, and I think that helps the facial features stand out. Because, you know, we've got the eyes and the nose and you can see them because they're black and the fabric is gray. And then of course we also have all of the yellow accents. So we've got these nice rings, one on the forehead, and again that's embroidered around with kind of like a felty fabric inside. We've got one on each leg, so we've got the front leg and back leg on the other side as well. And then on the ears and tail, we have this stripe that goes around. And Umbreon is also one of the few that has stuffed ears and tail. So these ears are also nicely stuffed like Espeon. They flop, but they don't just hang. And same with the tail, nicely stuffed. Feels very good actually. And curling it around like that is just super cute. And these ears, of course, we gotta do some flop factor go in there. But Umbreon is very unique among these. One, that he's the darkest in color, but also getting that cute little mouth, like he's snoring or mouth breathing. I know a lot of people love Umbreon, and I can see why. He's just super cute with these colors, and the little character he has, very cute. So next, moving on to Vaporeon. Vaporeon is one of the most unique as well, just because of all these extra accents and features. First, wanted to point out the colors. It's a really pretty, like, turquoisey teal color. These accents around the head and fins are a deep blue. The collar is a true white. And then in the ears is a really pale yellow color. Sorry, I should say in the fins. Like Sylveon, Vaporeon has this cute little V-shaped accent on the face. Of course, we've got this little spine-like fin at the top of the head, which is really tall. We've got the two fins on each side, and they do flop and hang kind of like the ears. And then, of course, we have this little fin collar that goes all the way around the head. And like with Jolteon, it is sewn on. And then we have this nice little blue spine with ridges that goes all the way down from the back of the neck to the end of the tail. And of course, Vaporeon has an amazing tail, also unique. It's shaped like a fluke, nice and long. It is stuffed, it's very floppy, and pretty heavy too. And then when you curl it around like this, as always, the cute curl sleep factor is there. I really like Vaporeon. I think she's super unique with all of these extra features. Of course, being a water Pokemon, these are essential to her. In Pokemon Go, Vaporeon's actually one of my strongest Pokemon, and I use her all the time at gyms and in raids and Team Rocket battles. And so I kind of have a special place for her as well. But if you are a fan of Vaporeon, you're going to love this plush. It's just super well done. It feels true to the character and very cute. Next up, we have Flareon. Again, one of the original 3 evolutions. This color is super pretty to start out with. It's a reddish orange that's really vibrant. And then the accents, like the collar, tail, and little mane piece, are a really vibrant yellow, even more so than Jolteon. They're kind of like almost a neon color. We've got on these long, flat ears, these little spikes here and at the tip. We also have that on the collar, little spikes, and then as well on the tail. And of course those make Flareon look like these are little flames. And speaking of these accents on Flareon, I think he has the most stuffing out of all of them, which in turn makes him, to me, feel like the heaviest of the bunch. We've got this little mane piece on top, nicely stuffed. This huge collar, the first one so far that has been stuffed as well, goes all the way around. Kind of like makes me think of one of those floaties in a pool. And then this tail, he is the first of 2 that has this massive tail. It's super stuffed, really big and heavy, flops around. The connection does seem pretty thin, but unless you're really tossing these around, it should hold up well. But of course that fat tail makes Flareon really unique, still gives the cute curl factor. I just love the colors on this guy, as well as his, I guess you could say, floofiness. When you look at drawings of Flareon, he's always really poofy and makes me think of like a fox and just really cute. And I think this plush really captures that. He just feels super floofy. So lots of floof factor on this guy. Love this Flareon. And of course, last but not least, we have Eevee, who is the origin of all of these evolutions. This version of Eevee, you're going to love if you love Eevee. One of the cutest I've seen. Of course, we have the little W mouth on Eevee, which I think really suits her. This color is gorgeous. One of my favorite things about this one. It's like a buttery brown, just really rich, light, and kind of toasty. It's super pretty. And then on the collar, as well as the end of the tail, is like a pale yellow, like a creamy color. It makes me think of an egg for some reason. I'm not sure why. We've got the long, flat ears with the really soft black piece in the center. This collar that goes around, one of the second ones that have the collar. And it is stuffed and squishy. Not as big as Flareon's, but it looks like Eevee's collar. And then Eevee also has this really big fat tail, and I love this. It looks like a little foxtail with the colored tip. Nice and fat and floppy. And I forgot to mention some of them do have these little embroidered pads on the bottom. Eevee has them, Jolteon has them, and I think Vaporeon only has them on the back feet. But these look really cute on that brown color too, they're pink. And you know, we've got the floppy going. And the cute little curl. But you can't go wrong with the Eevee. This is a classic, especially if you love the rest of the evolutions. Eevee started it all. And she's super cute and sweet. She just feels like having a little sleepy fox plushie, and I think this is one of the cutest Eevees I've seen. And Eevee herself is just really sweet, so I definitely recommend this one as well. So as many of you may know, I've been trying to collect this line for a little while now. I got a few originally and was thinking I could just collect them as I went, and they started going out of stock, and they were out for more than a year. And the only places you could find them were really on eBay, and they were really, really expensive. Finally, the Pokemon Center brought a few of them back, so I was able to finish my collection. Right now, it looks like they only have a couple of them left in stock on the website, and that was when I last checked, so that may have changed. The best advice I can give is to reach out to the Pokemon Center and ask them to bring them back in stock. I was doing that several times over the last year, and I'm sure others were too, and they did listen and brought some of them back. So you never know, the more people that reach out, the more they see that these are coveted, and more likely that they will put them back in stock. And then you won't have these crazy prices on eBay, which I almost paid, by the way, until these came back in, because a lot of us really want these, so let them know. Thank you so much for stopping to watch this video. I loved making it, I had such a fun time, and I'm so glad to finally have the rest of this collection. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and I hope to be back soon with another video to show you guys. Hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much!